Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Jacksman TV. I'm Ed Holgren. So today we have a VR and a huge thank you to Miss Carolina Rose. Let's check it out. Okay, welcome back, everyone. So first of all, I want to say congratulations, Miss Rose, Carolina Rose, for your 700 subscriptions. Nice job. Hope I get there. And then I wanted to say a huge thank you to Miss Rose. I mentioned in my previous video about a bit of a sweet tooth, and she commented about the Malto Dulce. I believe I'm saying that right. If I've tried that yet, and I told her I hadn't, and I explained, where I'm at. It's a little bit more difficult to get some tobacco. So she asked me if I wanted her to send me a sample to try it out. I said, sure, that'd be great. So did that just a few days ago. Maybe a few more than that by now, but anyway, I got a box in the mail the other day. And in this box, of course, we have the Sutliff Malto Dulce, which, by the way, in my new Missouri Meerschaum corn cob, the Patriot. Can you see that a little better this time? That's what we're smoking tonight. This is probably my third bowl in this pipe, and it's working good. I'm liking it. But as I was saying, she didn't stop there. The Sutliff Malto Dulce. Then we have the Tinderbox. I haven't hardly gone through them. They all smell wonderful. This one's called Tinderbox Wilshire. I'm just kind of going through these real quick because I've got some other stuff going on. This one is Sutliff Taste of Temptation. This could be good. Oops. And then we have Sutliff Sunset Rum. And I know I put a quick nose on these, and they all smell really, really good. But this one I might be a little bit skeptical on. It's Captain Black Grape. Captain Black Grape. And the reason I might be a little skeptical on the grape, because I'm not a big fan of grape anything other than, red grapes or green grapes that you buy at the grocery store. Grape jam, grape pop, grape juice. because real quick, when I was 11 years old, my oldest brother was in the Navy, and they had this recruiting program called the Tiger Program. I don't know if they still do this or not, but it was really cool, especially for an 11-year-old kid. And they had this program, if any male members of the crewmen on the ship were in the port of call, where the ship was going, you got a free ride to the next port of call. And it just so happens their port of call was Pearl Harbor. So I'll try to make this as quick as possible. My dad, one of my other older brothers, myself, went down to Oahu. We stayed about a week, 5 days a week, something like that. And then we met the boat at Pearl Harbor, the USS Sterett. And our next port of call was San Diego. So it ended up being a 6-day boat ride from Pearl Harbor to San Diego. It was really cool. I could probably tell you to this day, way more about the boat ride than the week we spent in Hawaii. But anyway, real quick side note on that trip, because the Patriot just reminded me. We were pulling out of port. We're out on deck, and when you're in the port of call, all the men on the boat, we're all in their dress whites. Very, very impressive. Very, very sharp look. And we're just cruising along, and all of a sudden, on the side, I look, and every person on deck was standing there, crisp as could be, saluting. And I look, and everybody, all motion, all sound on deck just stopped, and everybody was standing there saluting. And I look up at my old man, and he's pointing in the same direction. He's got his hand on his heart. And I'm 11 years old. I'm really not too savvy. But we're sailing by the Arizona. And all the men on deck giving their respects. But like I said, I was 11 years old. I really didn't know what was going on, but I knew this was a big deal. I knew it was a big deal, just especially the way my old man was acting. So, knowing this is a big deal, I need to follow suit. So I just stood there with my dad, just like that. It was, I don't know how long ago or how much later it was that I figured it out, but I knew enough to know that it was a big deal. So always thought that was kind of cool. Anyway, back to the grapes. So it was a 6-day voyage. Down in the galley, or the mess, whichever term you use on the boat, on the ship. I don't remember. Because I did not myself. I did not enlist. I did not join the service. I thought about it a number of times when I was younger. When I was thinking, what the heck am I going to do with the rest of my life? I definitely thought about the service. I didn't join. But I still think about what the heck I'm going to do with the rest of my life. But anyway, on the boat, in the galley, in the mess, on one end there was 2 pop machines, soda machines, depending on where you're from. Soda pop. And it didn't matter if you pushed Coca-Cola button or the Pepsi button or the root beer or the orange, 7-Up, Sprite. It didn't matter what you pushed. Any button you pushed, you got a Fanta grape. And it was free. You didn't have to put in your dime or nickel or quarter, whatever it was back then. It was free. You just push the button. Bam! You get your pop. And I'm being 11 years old. I'm drinking that stuff morning, noon, and night, and any time in between. I drank a lot of it. And and then if there was a time or two where the boat's rocking, so feeling a little queasy, got to go out on deck. But anyway, I drank more than my fair share of Fanta grape soda. So to this day, grape, I'm a little leery on this, but I will give it a try. So, Rose, thank you so much for these samples. That was so nice, and also my exploration on these aromatics just continues, and I'm loving it. But now, so that's my quick grape story anyway. And so Rose, she requested a gold story. Well, I don't have a story or a poem of my own. I talked about gold. So what I decided to do is I'm going to do a dramatic reading, if you will, of the title track on my favorite album by my favorite band. And that band is Genesis. And the title track, A Trick of the Tail. So, if you'll indulge me, I will attempt to read this to you. I'll try not to sing it. And you may or may not be familiar with this tune, but like I say, this was an older album by now. It's released in 74, 75, something like that. And it's say, I don't have a story of my own. I don't have a poem, but these are the lyrics. So it's written lyrically. So it's a poem type. It also tells a bit of a story. Again, this is a dramatic reading of Genesis, A Trick of the Tail. Bored with his life in the city of gold, he left and let nobody know. Gone were the towers he had known from a child, alone with a dream of a life. He traveled the wide open roads, the blinkered arcade, in search of another, sharing his life. Nowhere. Everyone looked so strange to him. They've got no horns, and they've got no tail. They don't even know of our existence. Am I wrong to believe in the city of gold that lies in the deep distance? He cried. He cried and wept as they led him away to a cage. The beast that can talk, read the sign. The creatures, they pushed and they prodded his frame, and they questioned his story again. But soon, they grew bored of their prey. The beast that can talk, more like a freak, a publicity stunt. Oh no. They've got no horns, and they've got no tail. They don't even know of our existence. Am I wrong to believe in the city of gold that lies in the deep distance? He cried. He cried and broke down the door of the cage and marched on out. He grabbed a creature by the scruff of his neck, pointing out, there, beyond the bounds of your weak imagination, lie the noble towers of my city, bright and gold. Let me take you there. Let me show you others such as me. Let me show you a living story. Why did I ever leave? They've got no horns and they've got no tail. They don't even know of our existence. Am I wrong to believe in the city of gold that lies in the deep distance? He cried and wept. And so, we set out with the beast and his horns, and his crazy description of home. After many days' journey, we came to a peak where the beast gazed abroad and cried out. We followed his gaze, and we thought that maybe we saw a spire of gold. Nope, a trick of the eye. That's all. But the beast was gone, and his voice was heard. They've got no horns, and they've got no tail. They don't even know of our existence. Am I wrong to believe in the city of gold that lies in the deep distance? Hello, friend. Welcome home. That's all I got, my friends. Thank you. And thank you again, Rose. And we'll talk soon.